Hi, welcome to Ken's Games Collection and my continuing countdown of my top 10 games of all time. Coming at number 2 is Tomb Raider featuring Lara Croft. Now this game began development back in 1993 and it wasn't until 1996 that we would see the finished product hit the shelves, and when it did it was a worldwide smash. Now I first heard about this game probably a year before the release of Tomb Raider. It was in one of the UK magazines. It could have been Computer and Video Games magazine. They did a 2-page spread on this game with screenshots, and it was something that really intrigued me, mainly to do with the fact that it was very similar to the Indiana Jones movie franchise. And you can see the developers had a lot of inspiration from the Indiana Jones movies, and they put it into this very first game, and it was such a fantastic title when it came out. I played it on the Sega Saturn, can you believe, when it came out. This was the only time we would see a Tomb Raider game on the Sega Saturn, because I think PlayStation actually did an exclusive deal with Eidos after the first Tomb Raider game, which was really smart of them. I think it was a 5-year deal to have Tomb Raider only on their consoles. We would see Tomb Raider Last Revelation and Chronicles on the Dreamcast, but there was that gap. And it's interesting to note that Tomb Raider was being ported to the N64 when that deal was signed. So somewhere out there could be a prototype of Tomb Raider on the N64. And I've said it before in the past. I actually went back and played some of the N64 games that I think, looking back, the N64 graphics were really good, maybe even better than the PlayStation stuff. But it would have been so cool to see this game on the N64, but it would never happen. It's got me wondering if there is some sort of prototype somewhere out there, and it would be really cool if we could actually get our hands on that. But look, this was a fantastic title, and what really made it really special for me was just the vastness of these levels. And there were so many times in this game I thought I was getting close to the end of the game. I was not. It was just like, wow, this is just incredible, because it just keeps going on and on and on. And they use music in this game very, very subtly. It's not like a lot of other games where the music is just playing continuously in this game. There's not much music in this game. It's only when there's certain things happening in the game that you'll get the music cues. So with this game, it's all about isolation, and with the music cues that you have in this game, I think it's very subtly used, and I think it's brilliant how they do that. You'll get a lot of ambient sounds going, like the wind, and you get the waterfalls, the water effects and all that sort of stuff, but music is very sparsely used in this game compared to a lot of other games that I played where you go through the entire level, there's something playing. So I thought that was brilliant to get that whole effect of you're isolated in this world. And there's not a lot of enemies in this game. There's a couple of characters, Pierre and a few others in it, but it's mainly to do with the animals and the environments you have to traverse across, and there's a lot of puzzle solving in this game, which I really liked. So what's really interesting about this was when Toby Gard was just playing around with the modeling of Lara Croft, he accidentally blew up her breast by 150%. So he put them back to normal, but I think the other developers in the team, which was only 6 people that developed this game, which is incredible, saw it, and they wanted him to keep the breast size the way it was. So that was just something that he did by mistake, and it was in the game, and it was debated for years if it's over proportion with her body size, but that's another whole story. But I do remember, I think it was in Computer and Video Games magazine from the UK. This is really funny. I think it was the year after the release, was in April, the edition, and they put in a code there for Lara to become nude in the game. And it was, you had to do the hit the buttons to the Spice Girls song Wannabe, and you had to do it precise, and Lara would be naked in the game. And me and my mate tried this so many times to do it, and we actually got into an argument about, no, you're not hitting the buttons at the right times when it gets, when this with the song, say what you want, what you really, really want, and we're trying and trying and trying to get this code to work, and it never did. It wasn't until the following month later we realized it was an April Fool's Day joke in the Computer and Video Games magazine, and that was like perfect. I thought that was so funny. There would have been so many people around the world trying to do that code, and it was not there. But there was a site called Nude Raider, which Eidos did close down, where you could get a modded Lara Croft naked in that game, and they were pretty swift about getting court orders out, getting that website closed down, and they actually own the domain of Nude Raider. They own that domain. Eidos got a hold of that, so you could never see that again, but you can mod that sort of stuff anyway these days. But all that aside, it was such a fantastic game, and that's why it's coming at number 2. And I've been replaying this game on PC and just reliving all these amazing memories and moments in this game, and that's why this game is so special to me, because it took you to another world, and you were so immersed in this environment. And if a game can do that, that's something special. And I think it still holds up today when I'm playing on PC. Looking back on the Sega Saturn, it was a limited system that really was pushing pushing the envelope, trying to get this thing to play. So this would be another one of those first times we would see a female character in the lead role of a game, and I couldn't see this game being played with a male character, to be honest with you. I think it just works so well with Lara Croft, and I think it was really bizarre having a Tomb Raider featuring Lara Croft. I think with Tomb Raider 2 was starring Lara Croft, but a great game that I still love to this day, and I just can't get over just what an amazing game this was, and with a development team of 6 people, which is unheard of. And I still have to play, I think it was on PC, it was the extra 4 levels, Unfinished Business, I think it was. I have not played that part of the game because I didn't have a PC back then. So somehow I'd love to be able to play those 4 levels that I've been really wanting to play for since 1996, 1997. But this is why this is coming at number 2. It's just a fantastic game that that still holds up to this day, surprisingly. And it's one of the best games in the whole franchise, I feel. If they did a complete remake of this first game, everything intact, don't try and take it too far off the what this is, what they try to do with Anniversary. I wanted a complete remake with everything intact, not going off in a totally different direction, trying to change things up. This is the best in the series, I feel. That's why it's coming at number 2, Tomb Raider featuring Lara Croft. So until next time, guys, bye.